Alrighty guys, this is the RC 4-wheel drive Beast 2 still. I want to talk a little bit about the body. I've been building the body off camera because it's kind of hard to glue and film at the same time. You got to move a lot of stuff around. So here's the body. Let's see if I can pick you up a little bit. So it's as big as the page. So I just want to point out a few things I noticed while I was building. In step assembly 1, in step 1 of the whole build thing, it has you setting up these walls, which is this wall here. Let's see, this wall here, this wall here to the base. So this one, the base, and these guys here. Now it's really important you're getting these square. So I bought a triangle just specifically so I can get everything square. And then it's also really important you get the right glue. Do not use CA of any kind, no super glue, nothing like that. I'm using plastic cement like weld from Testors. Tamiya makes some, Testors has some. You can even use the old school Testors tube glue. I did not use this. I used the super thin liquid cement. And what that liquid cement does is let me jump to where I'm at on the build so we can see. What that liquid cement does is it actually builds it melts the plastic and builds a bond that way. So this guy's gonna go in here like so, okay? Make sure you're test fitting everything and you know exactly what things are going where, because if you don't and you glue it together, you're going to be very upset. So yeah, so what I end up doing is I grabbed a couple of these pipettes from the hobby store and I just grab a little of the pipette or a little of the cement in the pipette, and this is going to be, like I said, this is really difficult to do. Dripping. Gotta make sure you're not dripping this stuff anywhere, because if this touches your model, it will melt the glue. Like or melt the plastic. No two ways around it. It will melt. It'll make a humongous mess. Oh, looks like my kid's awake, so we'll just do this real quick. Don't let your fingers touch it because you'll leave fingerprints in it. So what I do is I just put a little on the edge here, and it actually will siphon in. I just do a little bit. Now this stuff dries, or well, this stuff does what it does really fast. It works faster if it's warm in wherever you're at. So it's going to be really hard to see. I'm holding it. I only put a small bit right in the middle. I'm holding it away from where I've touched. That way I'm not risking leaving any fingerprints in it. I'm holding it very square. So we'll grab our triangle. You can see I'm holding it as square as possible. So we'll let that cure up, and in about 20 minutes we're going to come through and we're going to redo this edge and we're going to redo the front edge. So I'm going to pause it there. I'm going to put the back piece on. I'm going to go take my kid out so she can run around, and it'll probably be the evening before I get back to this, but it's alright. We'll let it cure. We can then go over it again without any problem whatsoever, okay? So, that's where we're at right there. Let me pause it, and like I said, I'll do this back piece, and then we'll come back and I'll show you finished product and how tight the bond is. So, be right back, guys. Alright guys, we're back at it. It's been about 30 minutes since I left off with this glue joint, and as you can see, it's pretty set up. It's not going to go anywhere. While we were setting this side, I attached this piece here and down here to give it a little time to cure up too. We made sure everything was square and flush, just using a simple square to make sure everything was good. Now, once you get to the point where you've got it tacked, you can see that this has still got some air gaps in it. A little gap that you can make. What I do is I then reopen the cement. Make sure you always close this stuff. This stuff evaporates really fast, so you can burn this whole thing up on a single model if you're not careful. But what I do is I very carefully just say a small amount along the edges here. And what that does is it actually seals the edges. Now this thing is obviously gonna get dirty, so it'll help keep some of the muck out of getting into the cab of the truck, and then it'll also make your joint that much stronger. So we'll just let that cure up. You can blow on it to help it evaporate and go a little quicker. But that's basically it. Now I'm also going to do the outside edge, but I'll do that once I get it in place, just to save me a little bit of a headache. So we'll get the truck cab. This piece we just created is meant to go right there, like that, and it's just kind of a little transmission hump, I guess. So the same deal. Now that this is all set and in place, it's pretty much square right away. We can't do much past just gluing this down. So this is where the long dauber comes in. So just set it in there. Alright. Alrighty, and that's it. And that's how you build this setup. Reasonably quick. You can see it's already cured enough that I can flip it. That's how quick this stuff works. Excuse me. And with this over CA, the bond is actually a chemical bond. The two plastics actually bond together. So you get a stronger bond than with CA, where you'll get cracks in CA. If you wiggle it too much, it'll break. So this is the best way to do it. This is the best glue I found. I actually asked a guy who builds lots and lots and lots of models, hobby models. So this is what he recommended, and I really enjoy it, and it really works well. So I'm going to keep going on with this. We'll do some more of the chassis build here in a minute or two after I finish up where I'm at here, and then we'll go from there. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Y'all have a good day. Speedy Mac signing off.